Hello everyone, this is LovableTroll, and welcome back to Troll Plays Valkyria Chronicles. Now I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to upload this part, because I'm just going to be configuring my team, but if I do, there will be an annotation put in that'll allow you to skip this section and go directly to the next battle. But for the time being, I'm going to go into the command room and see what I have going. So the command room is where you can go to adjust your troops, to add or remove units depending on which ones you have. There are specific units that I'm looking for, but overall most of them matter. As long as you have a full squad of 20, it'll let you move on with the game. Now you may notice, if you're familiar with some of Sega's other titles, that there are some cameo appearances that I personally am hoping to come across, and if I do, I'll let you know. So you'll notice that each character has a couple of traits. So for example, Hermes right here, he has meadowbred, so he's, you know, if he's on grass, it'll enhance his defense because he's comfortable and he relaxes. When he's around women, he'll shoot with greater accuracy to impress them, but he is claustrophobic, so trenches and other tight spaces drop in attack power. So all of your soldiers have some potential strengths and weaknesses, and that's part of what I'm looking at when I'm going through to pick them. So I'm going to start by looking through and see if I can find some of the better ones. Aika, for example, is an excellent choice, and she's another one of those cameos from a game called Skies of Arcadia. Oh, nice! Vice as well. Vice is one that you really want to have. He's a very strong character. And Jan? Oh man, this is like right off the bat getting everything I want. It's fantastic. So, as far as the rest of them are concerned, I guess I'll just talk about each class. Scouts, high mobility, use a regular rifle, and they're pretty much an all-around unit. They're not the strongest, so you don't want to keep them in the front line always, but they're good to have around. Shocktroopers have that machine gun that I talked about before, and they're very solid for defending camps, but they have reasonably low movement, so it's not as good to use them. Just gonna grab up Alex, because I know he's a good one. And let's see, Lancers are what you're going to be using to take out tanks, and they shoot tanks. They have limited ammunition, but they do a lot of damage. I don't remember which ones are particularly good. As long as yeah, Yoko's probably a good choice. Now, engineers are an interesting unit. They have, you know, low attack, they're relatively weak, but they do give more ammunition to units that have ammo, as well as can fix tanks, which are good. So I'm gonna pick up a couple of these guys. Let's see. He'll be useful later for one of the achievements, and I'll just grab him. And then snipers are, well, they're snipers. They shoot from a very long range, and they're really good in certain situations, but you don't always want to rely on them, because in the early stages of the game, even if they have really good accuracy and really good distance, it's not 100% accurate like it can be later in the game. So let's just fill out the rest with some of these other guys. Wavy's pretty good. Edie. Now there is a DLC with Edie involved. I may do that in the future, but it's, you know, not essential to the story, nor does it affect any of the achievements. It's just there for additional bonuses. Now I am going to want additional Lancers for a couple of missions. One is coming up fairly soon, so even if they're not the greatest, I'll just kind of pick up a few. One spot left. And we'll just one more, just for good measure. Okay, so that is my full squad, so I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of this. Now the other thing that I need to do while I'm here is to use the experience and money I've acquired through the missions and upgrade troops and upgrade my weapons. So that is something I'm going to do off camera. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know, take care of my business, and then I will jump right back in once I am at the battle. So sit tight, I'll be right back. Alright everyone, welcome back. Now, I made a couple of mistakes. There were a few errors in the previous recording, so I did have to re-record. Unfortunately, I forgot to save, so I do have some unit differences. I had to redo the unit selection, but most of them are the same, so I didn't feel like re-recording. I did lose Jan, which is really unfortunate, but hopefully I'll still be able to pull through. So this is the pre-battle menu. It allows you to position your units, check the objectives and whatnot. So what I'm going to do for this particular battle is I'm going to be using one of a couple of different A-rank methods. This one has a Shocktrooper just run through the entire enemy the entire enemy unit basically and take the map from the left. Another option is to use Alicia and just run up from the right and just kind of avoid everything, but my method is a little bit slower, but also a little bit safer, I think. The Shocktroopers are a little more sturdy in that regard, and you also don't really have to run past a greater area with Alicia. Now, this battle also has our first enemy ace. So I am going to bring a sniper along just so that I can get the enemy ace as well as get the A rank all in one go, so I don't have to revisit this particular mission.
To commence the operation. Split into 2 teams, offensive and defensive. Squad 7, move out.
Alright, so first things first, I'm going to try to take out the enemy ace. Now, the enemy aces are a little bit tricky to take out. They like to dodge a lot more than your average everyday unit. So, hopefully, my sniper is on point. His accuracy still isn't that great yet, but I should still be able to get it done. Now, I want to avoid breaking his cover because he is a very weak unit, so avoid that. I also want to distract that guy, and with any luck I will have enough range. That should be good. I should have enough range. There we go. He's right there. So now I can just end my action, and hopefully Oscar is able to knock him out. So, have to move a little bit and get my sights on him. It's a little bit far, but hopefully luck will be on my side and he will not. Oh, damn it! There we go. Okay, I still have a couple more tries at this. I need a total of 3 command points to
On the move now.
A-rank the battle. So, come on, let's get him. Damn it. Come on, Oscar. You're letting me down. Now, he's only got 1 round left for this turn, so this is make or break. I'm a little worried. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Come on. Okay. So that was a complete failure, but I'm not discouraged. I will just come back later and complete the mission I'll get the enemy ace later. So now comes the regular part. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get the double kill. With any luck, it should work out. So close, but unfortunately it didn't work out. Luckily I didn't take too much damage, so the rest of this will be fairly easy. Now when you're taking out an enemy's base, it's important to clear all the enemies out of it. If there is a single enemy unit still in their base, you will not be able to take the base. So I'll clear that guy out, and it's talking about leader units, getting rid of the CP, everything like that. So this should be the last turn. It depends if my grenade is on point. Hopefully it will be. And the reason I'm using a grenade in this instance is because not only will it do a lot of damage and he won't be able to avoid it, but if he does manage to survive, he should be knocked outside of the base like that, and then even though he lived, I can take the base. And it also does not allow him to counterattack, so that is the best method for taking out that base. So all in all, that was a success. I wish I could have gotten the enemy ace, because it would have given me a little bit of extra experience, but that's not that big a deal. I still got plenty to use for before the next battle. Now, some of you guys who are new to the game may be wondering how I'm leveling up my units. It depends on how you want to play. I have a little bit in mind as to what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put the levels of my classes in the description below. That way you can have a general idea of what I'm going for. And that's it. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more of our content, go ahead and subscribe, and you will be notified of our content whenever it is uploaded. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. The links to those are in the description below. This is LovableTroll. Thank you, and have a great day.